AV SuperFriends on Topic is an independent production wholly owned and operated by AV SuperFriends, LLC. For the highest quality recording of all of our shows, visit avsuperfriends.com. This is AV SuperFriends on Topic, a 30-minute monthly roundtable focused on a single topic. This discussion will be opinionated, to the point, and saturated with our well-known blend of painfully won expertise and deeply ingrained immaturity. For October 2024, it's the best-sounding podcast in higher ed. This is the AV SuperFriends on Topic, episode number 51. Is this one?
Spooky number 51.
Sorry. It's not spooky 51, it's regular 51.
What are you talking about?
Spooky-ish. So, broadcasting live from coast to coast, easternmost to westernmost, northernmost to southernmost, gate post to hitching post. I'm your local host who can post the most milquetoast and utmost humility. I'm Chris Tector. Time for another Friday afternoon podcast adventure. Sorry, I'm doing three things here at once. This is distracting.
You should go do four. You should go do four things easily.
Yes. I think that was a lot of toast.
Yes, there was a lot of toast in here. All right. Let's say hello to today's panel of AV SuperFriends. So today I'm joined by a forward infrastructure strategist from Kansas City, Jamie Reinhardt.
There's no backwards going here.
Move forward. Also joined by a dynamic accountability planner from Corvallis, Oregon, Mark Kolowazinski.
God damn it, I'm going to hold all of you responsible for this right now.
Wow. Just pre-planning. Just pre-planning.
It wasn't as dynamic as I thought it'd be.
Oh, that's just harsh.
Just mean. Also joined by a relational directives administrator from Greensboro, North Carolina, Larry Darling.
Yep. I administrate relations?
Allegedly.
Something like that.
Directly.
And finally, we're joined by our Vice President for Human Implementation from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Justin Rexing.
I implement the humans.
So I envision you in some sort of like cloning lab.
That's what I thought there was definitely like multiplicity going on here.
Yeah, how many just empty shells of people do you have out there?
7.5.
7.5. What happened to that guy?
He didn't make it out.
That was the first one that didn't really go well.
Nobody eats the first pancake.
No.
Yeah. We couldn't get him out of the tube and he cut in half.
First pancake is too blah.
Exactly.
Nobody wants it.
Alrighty, so on today's show, we're going to discuss the scariest trends in AV because this is our October Halloweenish show. So you're getting a preview of this. But first, and I'm doing this every show now until we get better at it, it's time for some housekeeping. So we want you to connect with us on the socials. Follow us on Twitter at AV SuperFriends. LinkedIn, I don't know, search for AV SuperFriends because LinkedIn makes that difficult. YouTube, search for at AV SuperFriends. There's a bit of branding going on here. You can understand that. Keep up with our latest updates and news and all that fun stuff. But don't forget to spread the word. Please go outside right now. Stop what you're doing. Stop listening to the show. Go outside, tackle somebody, hold them down, and make them subscribe to the show. I don't care if they're friends, enemies, or complete strangers, but go do that now.
We actually might get a
exactly
lawsuit on that
$0.
Justin says he checked it out and it's fine. So
print it. Go for
Legal is saying no bueno.
Look, you're not our vice president for human legal things.
No.
You're only for clone tubes.
I am.
If you want to support the show, please consider donating. You can find the link in the show notes of this episode. If you're listening to this later, you can find the link on our website right now. Your contributions help keep the show running and help us bring you the honest content that you love or love to hate and like to send emails and complain about. And finally, we do want to hear from you. Please send emails, reach out on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube with your comments and all that. If we were really right about something and you want to agree, we love those. If we were really wrong about something and you want to also agree, we love those as well.
Mm-hmm.
And finally,
you want to agree with us being wrong? We're all for that.
Well, I flip all those negatives to positives. I'm a very positive person.
You always see the silver lining in this, Chris, and that's what
I'm
I
just
like.
actually happy if someone's listening. That's really what we're trying to say.
For the 2,000 people listening right now, please.
They're all just watching it with the volume turned off. Yeah,
it's okay.
More fascinating.
And finally, please, the ever popular like, subscribe, listen, smash that like button, all that fun stuff. Go find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever the heck you're getting this from, and please leave a rating and review because that helps bump it up in the algos for more people to see it. So
wherever you're getting this from, thank you for listening and like it or hate it. I guess I don't know.
And now back to the show. So
Here we
today's
are.
topic
Welcome
is this is our October recording. It is not, and I guess we take an opportunity here because those of you listening to this live now, and also for those of you listening to this when it gets released in about 10 days. So in October, we are doing a Halloween special. So this is just our October kind of slight spooky-ish general topic
you all
discussion.
have grown to love the Halloween special.
But the Halloween special, which people do love that show.
We have a big one coming up for you. We're
doing it even bigger. We've expanded our cast. We actually locked in our last two guests yesterday. So we have a plethora of cameos of your favorite AV tweeps.
I can't wait. 17 people yelling about Teams rooms. It's going to be awesome.
But again, doing a fully produced and fully acted out radio drama. So look for that in probably mid-October. I think we're targeting right around the 15th or so, when we're like in the high season of Halloween prep.
You're really holding me down on this date, aren't you, Chris? Okay, fine.
I don't know. I thought we were releasing on October 1st, and I got pushback from everybody else. So
yeah, first is too early.
Yeah, it's too far away from pumpkin spice coffee at that point in time. Come on.
Come on. Halloween candy starts showing up like in July now. So I think and pumpkin spice stuff is just year round.
Oh, the whole house is decorated with Halloween. Hold on, watch this.
Here we go.
This is one decoration right here.
What the hell's that? A glass of vodka?
Glass pumpkin.
Is it open on the bottom?
Take your word for it.
Okay. Put candles in it. She's got a whole collection of all this stuff and puts them around everywhere. Trip over them. Burn the house down.
Just randomly strewn across the floor. Broken glass motives.
She's got a bubbling cauldron for her witch's brew. It lights up. It's kind of cool.
Man.
You guys go all out. It's not even October.
She goes all out.
And you put up with it?
It's torture for Justin.
And you cover
Can't
them
walk
with,
anywhere in the house.
with blueprints.
Dogs and cats and
well, this is actual
everywhere.
work. That's actual blueprint work. That's not decorations.
And Justin was telling us earlier, this is the first time he's ever worked with actual blueprints. He saw a man walking down the street with them. He ran him down with his car,
beat him with a club.
took them, and then now he's got these blueprints for somebody's house.
I can say that, it was one of my life goals.
Actually, it's to the local bank, and he's plotting out his underground vault.
And that's why we need to sponsor this show.
All right.
It's actually not a bad retirement option either.
Yes, you get right on that, Justin. It works every time.
It's just a...
I've seen it on 2020 before.
It's kind of like an apartment.
Seems like it does work.
Yeah, it's just, you got your meals and stuff taken care of.
Yeah.
It's win-win. All right. So today's topic is light Halloween related. So we decided what we would do is the scariest trends in AV, or the spookiest trends in AV. Things that we are seeing now in just the last few years that are kind of scary to think about as they actually get implemented and show up from client requests and stuff like that. So we've all put together our favorite 7 or 8 here, and I'm trying to steal Jamie's before he gets
Mark's notes. I don't know. Like Mark's notes are kind of wild.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that. Yeah. All right. So
I'm not sure if I should say Mark's notes.
No, you should not. So. No. All right. So yes,
as the language.
So as the panelist who traveled the farthest to be here today, Larry, let's start with you. Nope, too late. Let's go to Mark. Mark, what is your scariest trend in AV?
The scariest one I have, honestly, so the reason why it's there the way...
How did we mathematically do that?
Are you reading that?
We're going to get there. Don't just...
All right.
Calm down.
Before you start reading, why don't we hit the timer?
Yeah, hit the timer.
Okay,
so that we can shut you up on time.
All right.
Well, he doesn't have 20 minutes. So.
No, I don't have 20 minutes.
Timer's running.
Here we go. Okay.
Wait, hold on. I got my spooky ambience crap in the background here.
No, jeez. Okay, well, I'll start. So... where this is and where this comes from, and we'll get to the text that's there.
It sounds like a beach.
Shut up, it's spooky.
You get these weird requests from clients that you should not do, right? And they come in and you're like, we have a giant auditorium of 400 people. We want to do Zoom in there, and I need to hear all the students, and we want to make sure it's all mic'd up and all this. Or
can you auto track that?
Yeah, they need to be able to have all the different private conversations, and we need that to work. And the cousin of this one, because I'm going to give you a twofer, is that we want to do a giant active learning room with 350 students in it.
Oh, let me tell you about my shitty active learning room.
And somehow, the AV portion has become this magic, right? Huh? We can take this plate of dog poo and just sprinkle on AV sprinkles, and it's going to magically work like mystical dark arts, and it's going to make it better, and everybody believes that. And so we'll just throw technology in the ceiling or throw technology over the walls, and all of a sudden it's going to make this magical, mystical AV-enabled space. This stuff seems to be coming in more lately, that we've had enough success that they think we can do anything now. Just throw some AV sprinklings on it and magically your dog poo tastes like cake. Not really sure why, but that seems to be a trend that's happening.
I'm not comfortable with this analogy.
It actually does not taste like cake, to be honest.
I'm less comfortable with this now that Justin commented.
But they're coming in more so lately, and that somehow the AV is magic and will make bad spaces and bad ideas good, and it scares the hell out of me.
They just want us to defeat physics, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, as somebody with a 200-seat active learning room, it does not work. And as much money as they will throw at the AV, it's not going to improve the experience in that room.
Look, they are actively learning all of the ways to not implement things. It is working. It is working.
That's my first. I'm going to hold that. We're all going to get through these, and we'll see if we have time for the rest of them. So move on. Who's the next?
How many did you bring?
I got a whole list of this shit.
Are we going? Is it a round robin? I thought you're not going to go to your next one.
I want to make what's
no, because it will never
Yeah.
get past Mark's stuff. All right,
Okay.
I'll jump in here. I want to say the scariest. What I'm seeing as the scariest trend in AV right now is IT stuff working its way into AV systems. By which I mean like things that are designed to be IT friendly. So.
Wait, is there anything that's IT friendly?
Well, okay, I'm going to clarify. Things that are designed to be PC IT friendly. So like the worst part of AV.
ITC?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Friendly?
So your computer deployment teams who understand only USB, and they're like, well, that's the same thing. This was a really expensive camera thingy that cost $350. It must be good.
It's got to be good.
We've already bought this for our conference room, so just make the rest of it work.
Oh, you're talking about Logitech.
I didn't say that.
No,
There's multiple
this is not the
manufacturers.
commercial integration subreddit here, Justin. I'm not talking about Logitech today.
But all those types of devices that it's just you plug a USB into the computer and it turns out you have to run software on it, or you have to run software that's only through the Microsoft Store, or things like that where you're basically getting PC focused driven nonsense that is working its way into your AV. Yeah, and Hudley, stop making your products worse with terrible software. So.
All that IT-ification of AV centric stuff, that does scare me as well. And it's seemingly getting worse, but maybe better. I guess it depends on what side of that equation
it's not getting better. It's getting more prevalent.
Mm-hmm. It's just getting more. You're saying.
It's just more, yeah.
Just more of it.
Especially because you have the I'm going to be helpful by buying some of the stuff we need for our new space ahead of time. And then when we talk with you about how we're doing the rest of our AV, well, we've already got these things purchased and they work fine. I tested it in my
office.
office.
Do a favor, Chris.
It's fine.
The hardest part of your job is clicking checkout on
Most
the cart.
of the time, these people buy the video side of things and not the audio. Like, we just don't understand audio. We need you to fill the gaps here.
More microphones, Justin. That's the answer.
We've all got that. I just need a screen. I'm just doing Zoom, right? Because that's all you need for Zoom.
I got this Alex cam.
That's a different show, Jamie.
No, that's a good example of the ones where it shows up in the wrong place. So
it works great.
Deserves a whole show, though.
Are you still gonna? I get a lot of inquiries for those still too. Like, we just thought we would love to just throw this in the middle of this room and make things worse. Can we do that?
Yeah, they've died down a little bit for me.
Go ahead.
Well, the challenge is, and I still have a handful of them in storage that were purchased almost 4 years ago. I give them to people if they have an appropriate space. And it's like, if you have a small room, seats 8, 10, 12 people, whatever, and you can all almost touch it, and you don't have a very complex audio system that we don't have to integrate with, and this is going to be your primary thing, here you go. I'll give you the camera. So
weird, because I give it to them even if it's in the really wrong space. It's like, you have 450 people in this? Here you go.
One owl's all you need.
In March,
ready to pay for the real thing.
In the middle of my 350-seat active learning room, we're going to drop down this owl that has some kind of software-related login, and we're going to go.
With my USB extension.
Yeah. Who's next? What else?
What's scaring you, Justin?
Oh, it's me?
You sure is.
So I've got two. One's kind of a joke. One's more serious. I'll do the serious one first.
You get one.
So integrators not knowing enterprise networks and actually how they work. Not knowing about them, and not understanding them.
Just put it on an island, Justin. It's fine.
I don't think they care to begin with.
And every enterprise network's a little different, so you should be the expert.
They don't give a shit as long as the check clears. They're out of there.
That's the
reality.
That's the point.
That's the support contract.
Mm-hmm.
That'll end up catching up to them. That's not going to work out for them.
Maybe. They're talking about right now, though. They got PTO next week.
Justin, to that one, what if the alternative is a savvy integrator who understands there are challenges with enterprise networks and getting stuff.
If they come in and say,
wait. And instead of even trying to put it on the network correctly, they just lock up everything as a 192, or they put it behind that freaking content LAN connector on their control processor du jour and walk away because it worked.
How to get buy-in?
That's Larry, isn't that your world?
It works.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it doesn't work, but that's clearly not what Justin wants on his enterprise network.
Well, that was just generic discussion. That's a whole different topic.
It's not really me. I mean, but you can imagine what it'd be like if it was.
Like, I prefer the islands. I'm really talking about the industry as a whole. Just
because
you got
the island mentality,
weird. Yeah, I don't really like the island mentality, but I have to based upon.
No, I get where you're going with this, because this happened. Like, it's easier to roll out as we built it in our shop on our fake island and just deploy it that way. That's what I get a lot of.
If you're an integrator and you're listening to this and be like, well, how the hell am I supposed to deal with this? Here's how you deal with this. When you come to one of us with that solution, you say, hey, I built this piece of crap on this island. Do you want me to help you integrate this on your enterprise network and figure it out and go through that? Or how do we want to deploy
they do
this?
not, because that means requiring them to work with other people who are not directly there.
But guess what? That's more labor, which is what? Actually, more
that contract's
revenue.
already signed, bro. That's already signed.
It's more work. You're missing out on additional revenue, integrators, by not going the extra mile.
The bid went out a long time ago.
That
We
shit
don't
was
have
already
time.
cleared. Yeah, there's no
saying.
additive labor to this at this point.
Well, you fix it in the
That's a change
bid
order.
specs if that's
Make it up on change orders. It's great.
No, if you're writing
fix
the
it in
bid
post.
specs, then that's your fault, Mark,
What?
for not writing in the bid specs.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'll pay him more than Justin, just for you.
Exactly.
Just
Put in the bid
Hold on,
specs. They bid on that.
Well, they
should do
see
it.
a network, not the network, and so they're like, "What do you mean? It's on the network." It's like, no shit, I want it on my network.
On the
Oh,
enterprise.
that's
we have this secret
network.
wireless router we stuck in the rack. It's fine.
I have enjoyed lately the you paid for remote access so that I can take care of this. Can you take this computer in and plug in TeamViewer?
Oh, yeah.
No, we cannot.
Oh, like as part of like
could you
a
open up
value
some
add service
ports on
plan or something?
your firewall
that's how,
for me?
That's how they remote into all their stuff, is throw a computer on their system.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we
I
may
love
have a
that one.
local one that has snuck in a few of these, and then I look at the contract. They're like, remote supportability. And it's an extra charge. And then you start to talk to them. It's like, if it's on an
it's just a
island,
computer.
Okay.
how are you doing that? Oh, well, we'll just remote in.
Do you ever get the ones that like, what do you mean? It's got your IP, but it's not actually plugged into the network. It has the IP scheme, but it's an island and you can't
they
get
just
to
set
it.
everything
I'm
static.
like, what is this shit? Like, cool, but you painted the
It
numbers
starts
on the side of the
tearing down
house,
other
but there's
things.
no road to get there. Like, it's not.
Well, actually start collapsing your network if it's trying to fight with other IPs. Or
Never plug
depending on
it
how your
in.
network's set up.
So, oh boy, push down, pop up. You try to get one thing right, and something else ultimately always springs.
If you're an integrator, just be mindful that network islands isn't the only way to deploy AV. And not all
tell that to some of these
customers-
switch manufacturers. The first thing you do is go ahead and create a bunch of VLANs.
Yeah,
What?
well.
No, Jamie, what's scaring you?
No support pages. I'm getting
don't-
really tired. I'm
What?
getting really tired of trying to research a product or find out more information, and it's behind a paywall. It's behind a login. Oh, you want the real owner's manual, not the quick setup guide? Sorry, log in here and request access.
Yeah, request access to your dealer account.
I have had a couple of instances lately where I was struggling with a piece of gear. I'm like, I know I'm missing something. And I go to the support page. It's just the support page. All it says is contact us. Oh, well, you know,
For
now
API,
I'm-
please contact us.
yes, you want the API? Contact us. Okay, can I get it? Yeah, here you go. Okay, this says there's a firmware update. Can I get that? Yeah, here you go. Well, the firmware says it needs a software. Can I get that? Oh, yeah, here's the link.
Chuck
And
gives you
you're
that.
just-
He doesn't work here on Tuesdays.
Chuck moved on. Or that's behind our
Are you a
our
premium
box
pro
folder
subscriber?
that you don't have. I'm like, this is insane. But I'm seeing a trend more and more where a lot of the details support articles and things. They're hidden behind these things. I'm like, I just want a spec sheet. Can I have the real manual? Can I have the API? You say there's an API. Can I get it?
Reach out to us and we'll follow up and we'll contact you and set up a meeting, Jamie, and we can talk about what your needs really are.
It's like, I don't know if it's indicative of the clients now that nobody actually goes and looks for that stuff. So why would you post it? It's a lot of extra work for somebody.
No, they want to protect their intellectual property because it's so valuable.
I hope that it's that because.
No, that's not that. That was a joke. That was a bad joke. Like, no.
Anyway,
if you're protecting who are you protecting it from?
It's been a problem lately. Ooh.
How do you feel about just a QR code that then takes you to some alternate site in the box?
No.
Could I get interested in that, maybe?
You know, I'm kind of shying away from the QR code thing. That should be a different...
Hold on, let me put a QR code up in the corner.
There we go.
Hold on.
There you go.
There you go, Jamie.
That's a different
Jamie,
scary
click that one
thing.
a few times.
Not from this window.
Some QR codes may or may not lead you down a rabbit hole that you don't really ever wanted to be in the first place.
Yeah, I will say I've seen a bunch of those recently on campus where they're talking about some upcoming, event or club or whatever, and there's just a big flyer with a QR code. I'm like, that could go to anywhere.
Yeah.
And so the same group was be like, hey, everyone needs to be aware of malware. Here's a QR code. I'm like,
exactly. Download this malware. Okay.
I'm in.
Actually, I've been replacing them around campus now.
Yeah, I've been replacing them with my Venmo stuff. It's great. So.
Yeah. Auto. Yeah, just transfer right to my wallet.
That's just to get the NDI.
Yeah.
Or the NDA signed. Here, sign here.
All right, Larry, what's your scariest recent trend in AV?
This one I've been burned by a couple of times recently. Like, we're getting inundated with all these virtual conferences and lunch and learns, and some of the titles sound really, really interesting, or at least interesting enough that I'll waste my lunch hour
Did you get tricked?
in front of my computer instead of doing something else.
Well, that's on you.
Well, no. Justin, hold up for a second.
He thought it would be worthwhile.
Yeah, like the title would be something along the lines of the effective use of classroom technology for successful learning outcomes in a high flex modality.
That was very specific.
That was written by AI.
That sounds like something I would actually waste my lunch hour doing just so I could listen to it.
That's
by
like a bunch
barcode
of marketing buzz that the marketing monster got you, Larry.
Yeah, but once you sign up for it and you look at the panel of experts, it'll be like a wireless microphone representative and a projection screen manufacturer and some classroom tech guy who probably doesn't understand anything about the pedagogical side of it anyway. Right. And like they're just
Hey, I have cameras in my classrooms.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it seems like we're having more and more of these presentations with panels that don't really know what they say they know. And
they know they're
the
trying
trend's
to sell
out
it.
there.
And at the end of the day, they're trying to make a buck. That's what they do.
The manufacturers are there because they're the ones paying for it, yes. But you're right. Then they get the other SMEs on there who aren't the right people.
Yeah, at least find manufacturers that actually relate to the topic they're talking to.
But they don't pay the money.
They don't.
I don't know why you wouldn't want a camera manufacturer telling you all about your speaker system. I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. Okay, well, that was round one. Do we have time? You want to do another speed round here?
Go ahead, keep going. We'll go right back.
Gotta go
on the horn.
Mike, I'm going to pile on the integrator thing here, Justin. When you're paying for people to actually do something and they show up and you realize they don't even have the capability to do what you're paying them to do. And then they spend a lot of time.
Like they lied on their resume?
No. You have bid and great. Yeah, here's the engineering team. You're going to get all this stuff. And then they just hire random folks off the street to come in. And you're like, it's like, I need you to do what the design says. And they're like, well, yeah, we have the Boy Scout squad here today. And I'm like, okay. And then they can't meet it. And then it's never completely done. And they got to constantly follow back up. And you're like, can we just get this completed? And these quote unquote subject matter experts that we're paying to come in and do this, because I just need some quality labor to get it done. They cannot seem to finish these jobs. That's scaring the shit out of me because that seems to happen a lot nowadays. They cannot get quality. This is just scale. We're trying to scale, Justin, and I cannot scale appropriately. So anyway, that's a quick one. Who's next?
Well, no, it's subcontracting stuff out. You have to make sure your language is.
It's hard,
All right, Justin, you get 1 minute. Go.
This will be quick. So soundbars have been awesome. Soundbars have saved a lot of problems. And recently, soundbars have gained a lot of capability. And they keep gaining capability. And they keep adding features. And so I think we're at this plateau. I think
features.
Ish.
Are you saying
we go through them all?
We've reached maximum soundbar?
Well, like the ins and outs and all of the AEC algorithms and all of this camera can do all this thing and this can do that and this can do that. And now this is this one and this is even a bigger, better model number and it's $1,000 more.
This one's got a soundbar inside of another soundbar.
So
via Dante.
When are we going to get to the point when a soundbar is advertised to fill up a 500-seat auditorium? When are we going to get to the point where
when it works in my 350-seat active learning room, I will put it in that auditorium.
Versus advertised as, right? Marketing. So we've seen the marketing. Alcam is one of them where you see it in a big conference room. It's like, yeah, that doesn't work there. So how many more features are going to add to a soundbar to try to make it fit?
How many more is it going to take until you buy it, Justin? That's the question.
So it's fine right now. We should stop developing on soundbars and see what happens.
So what's your
just shut down the assembly line, guys? We're done.
We've maxed it out.
I like
is your concern that they keep adding more features that aren't useful, or what's the?
My concern is the marketing people are saying, well, we want this soundbar to do digital signage now. And the engineers are like, holy crap. Well, I guess we have to because marketing says we have to, and that's what they want to sell it as, and they're going to sell it to us. So I'm just saying we've seen this in products before where we get a wireless sharing appliance.
You want to stay in their lane.
Yeah. Stay in your lane. We get a wireless sharing appliance.
Do your thing.
And all of a sudden it's a digital sign and a scheduling panel and it could do this, it could do that, it could do this, and you're paying for all that, but I just wanted a soundbar.
What if it had auto framing on it, Justin?
Yes.
Well, we've gotten to the limit, right? We've gotten to that.
17,000 beamforming mic array.
Mm-hmm. Now you're following me, Jamie.
With an intuitive software that runs in the tray that you have to get from the Microsoft Store. That I know.
And all you have to do.
Now you're on the
admin level.
Install this one thing at your projector, and everybody in this 600-seat auditorium can hear, and everything's magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
but it's got single sign-on. Is that the one you wanted? That's the one you wanted, isn't it?
I feel like we always fight marketing on what things can actually do, and I feel like soundbar is that next thing that we're going to be like, oh my gosh, this one company's advertising it could do this again, and it's not capable of doing that.
What if you could change the color of the light for the volume?
Over a sound.
Oh, I'm in.
I kind of
like change the
knew
color of your sound.
I knew it. Okay, we got you. I know now. I think I know where the line's at now. Okay.
You put an arcade button on that, I'll buy 1,000.
It's a little bit of a joke, but let's stop where we're at. We're in a good spot. Let's not overdevelop the soundbar.
Jamie or Chris, you guys supposed to be cool. Here? What do you got?
Last one.
Nightmare licensing for everyday items. Monthly or yearly licensing for mice and keyboards, or to use the webcam that you just purchased, or
who's licensing for a keyboard?
That
you
came
haven't
out
seen
a while
that?
back.
Yeah, Logitech came out.
Isn't it?
They pulled it back,
keyboard as a surface.
They were doing.
Oh, you're talking about the software. Yeah, okay, I did see that. I thought you meant with some AV gear. So
that sounds like Spirit Airlines to me. Well,
I won't say that there's not a major manufacturer out there that might overdo
who has a major licensing problem.
Bit.
Yeah, knock it off, Jesus.
Yeah. I'm just. Oh, come on, quit it.
That's the violin.
I'm not sure that's really
just for that one.
Some of this is not really scary.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with my selection of random ass music here.
It scares me. Oh, let's get one extra credit overtime one. What's the biggest one you want to go with here between
Teams rooms?
We can't. That's too long.
Do it.
Okay, jump into it. What's scary about Teams rooms?
We'll use the short version. It's not Teams rooms. It's Teams rooms. It's Teams rooms and Zoom rooms. It's room systems, because we're digging ourselves right back into the same hole we were 17 years ago, whatever, with frickin' H323 proprietary standards-based codecs, which were a frickin' nightmare to support. Piece of crap to operate, terrible user experience. We're digging ourselves right back into there, and right now there's 100 people who are yelling at their car stereos. But that's fine.
But it's true. It's going down that. It's going down that road.
Going right back to it.
Because the marketing people, want to force Teams rooms into every space,
and Zoom
no matter
rooms,
if it fits or not.
But in the right environment, the user experience is better.
It's like an Alcam.
And when you find that environment, Yeah, when you find that
Not
environment
really.
where
Like,
Yeah, you can.
if you've been in a nice conference room that is a Teams room, it is a good experience. The
And if you
Outcam's
have an
always a
Outcam-
mediocre experience.
If you have an Outcam set up in the perfect spot,
It's not
for
a
2 or
good
3
experience.
In your
You're-
bathroom, just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
people, right in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's perfect
man.
size.
That,
So, Larry, to your point, that these can be good experiences, and that may be true when you find one, you let me know. But if you're purpose building a space to support this as a good user experience, no, that I refuse to participate in this nonsense.
It's not a one size
To
fits
me,
all.
that's not even the scary part of it all. It's all the back end, like the stuff you see in the space.
Oh,
and
it's, the
experience.
stuff you don't even know about.
That part, yeah, it's all the other crap that scares me the most because having to deal with it, all the elevated permissions and the account elevating.
Is your 365 instance provisioned correctly?
3 different panels in which you have to go to administer these things. Yep. That's the part that's the
you
most
forgot
frightening.
to click the toggle that allows anybody to actually use it.
You've
However-
heard me say recently that things are getting too complex to try to make things easy. This is one of them. You're making
and
things too
people who are in
complicated.
it that are like constantly bouncing back and forth from their Microsoft Authenticator app and all that stuff you got to do to get into provision just to turn things on and off. You know what I'm talking about. Now, from a business case, there's a time and a place for them.
But Mark, it's
not
included
everywhere.
in our 365 license for free.
No, it's not.
No,
You may think
now.
it is. The free one is the one you do not want. Do not fall for that. You do not want that free license. Contact me more offline. I'll tell you more.
But I do, Mark, because it's free.
You may
Free,
think you
Mark.
do.
It
That's what
says
they want
right
you to.
here, free.
You cannot do any of the features in which you're going to need to do with that free license. I will tell you that right now. If you're trying to do it at enterprise level and be responsible and
Okay,
want to
stop.
live to see the light of
Just
day.
stop. Just stop.
We will do
If
an
you're trying to
upcoming
be
show where
responsible, quit.
we'll do an upcoming show where we dig into room
Dig into
systems
me
and
and
stuff.
all of my
very-
team's room
yeah,
woes. I'll be a glutton for punishment for you guys. It'll
Woe
be
be
fun.
unto you.
All right, well, that's our. Let me turn off this nonsense here. You guys,
Yeah,
Go through there.
that'd be good.
We've had better music.
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Let's redo this one.
Yeah, you want to start again?
Yep.
Okay, we'll
No.
start over. Hold on.
We can do it for real this time. That was a good
All right, so just start the whole show over. All right. Well,
Close
enough of
this
this. Enough of this. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back next week with our. What are we doing next week? Next week is off the rails, I think. Right?
Oof, I guess.
Gotta-
Probably.
Live. Be there.
Off the rails live.
And
Every
and call
Friday
in.
live.
And when we set your calendar and call into this show, for Christ's sakes, next week.
Even
we
if
have-
you're just pranking us and
we
hanging
have like
up on us, at least we get a
25
phone call.
operators
Justin, don't-
standing
don't-
by
don't do that.
to
Oh,
answer
I'll
your
shut it
phone
off.
call.
So
I guess don't do that.
don't be
No.
a dick and call in and hang up.
No.
Ooh.
Call in and talk to us.
At least
We
call
have
and say
caller
hi.
ID.
Hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up.
Yeah, I'll just block the calls, but knock it off. All right. Well, we're gonna roll out of here. We'll be back next week, talk about more stuff. So, and then look for our Halloween show here in a couple of weeks.
That's right. Ooh, spooky.
Thanks for putting up with yet another episode of AV SuperFriends on Topic. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at avsuperfriends.com.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV SuperFriends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.